Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For today's video, we're going to be looking at multiplying polynomials. So in the last video, we were adding and subtracting polynomials. Now we're multiplying. Real quick, we want to look at this box here towards the top of page 239. So if you need to get to that page, hit pause for a second. But we're on page 239, and in this box here, let's just do a quick reminder here. So we're going to be doing a lot of combining like terms, but also multiplying. So we need to know the correct answers to these simple problems here. X plus x is 2x. Right? If you have 2x plus 3x, that would be 5x. This is combining like terms because we're adding them together. It's kind of like you're counting them up. I've got 1x and 1x, so I get 2x's. I got 2x's and 3x's, so I get 5 of them. Here, the other two we're multiplying. When we do x times x, we get x squared. If I did 2x times 3x, I'd get 2 times 3 is 6. X times x is x squared. Okay, so notice the difference. You have to be paying attention. Is it multiplication? Is it addition? What am I really doing? Okay. Back in the day, we did a lot of distributing. All right, when we were solving equations, you guys did this in middle school too. So the distributive property is something we're going to be using a lot. All right. So just as a review. If I look at example 1 here, at the we would take problem A. If I see the 2 here, when the 2's up next to the parentheses, it means multiply. So this means 2 distributed into there becomes 2x plus 2. It's easy to forget that second one, right? In problem B, it's 2x times 1 plus x. So I go 2x times 1 is just 2x. And then 2x times x would be plus 2x squared. All right, so x times x is x squared. In problem C, I've got 2x cubed to 3x squared to negative 4x and to 5. I distribute to all three parts there. So when I do 2x cubed times 3x squared, I'm going to get 6 x to the, and then 3 and 2, I add those exponents, x to the 5th. Okay. Minus 4x, so 2x cubed times negative 4x, that'll be minus. I do 2 times 4 is 8. And then x cubed times x would be x to the 4th. And then we have plus 2x cubed times 5 would be plus 10x cubed. In part D, I'm distributing negative 4x to the 4th. So remember, essentially what you're doing here is you're multiplying the numbers and then adding the exponents on the variable. So negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. X to the 5th. 4 plus 1 would be 5 for those exponents. Now it's negative 4 times 3x squared, so it would be negative 12 x to the 6th, and then the negative 4 times the negative 5 would be positive 20 x to the 4th. And let's check problem E here. Distribute the x squared. Oops, there's 4 parts here, so to make sure to hit all of them. X squared times 5x squared would be 5x to the 4th. X squared times x, so that's plus x cubed. X squared times x again would be plus x cubed. Those are like terms, so let's add them together after this. X squared times negative 8 would be minus 8x squared. Yeah, these two are like terms, so let's add them together. We get 5x to the 4th plus 2x cubed minus 8x squared. All right, moving on here. So we're going to just do a couple examples of each here. If we multiply a binomial and another polynomial, right, we get something that looks like these 4 problems here, or a couple problems on the next page. The idea is essentially it's double distribution. So when I look at a problem like 2a, x minus 2 times x minus 9, okay, what I'm really going to do is I'm going to take that x and I'm going to distribute it, and then I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to distribute that. So I call it double distribution, All right, we're distributing both of those things. Okay, so in my answer here, I get x times x is x squared, and then x times 9 is, or negative 9 would be minus 9x. Then I'm going to move on to the negative 2. Negative 2 times x would be negative 2x, and then plus 18. So negative 2x plus 18. All right. Then we combine any like terms, and we end up with the answer x squared minus 11x plus 18. Let's do one more together. Should you B? And B. All right, I'm going to do better with the colors here. So x gets distributed to 2x. That'd be 2x squared. And then x gets distributed to 1, which would be plus 1x, or just x. Then we move on to the 3. The 3 gets distributed to 2x, so that's going to be plus 6x. And then the 3 gets distributed to 1, that'll be plus 3. Always look for some like terms to combine, and I see the x and the 6x making 7x. So we get final answer 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Okay. Pause the video for a second and then try C and D on your own, and I'll pop the answers up here in a second. Alright, see how you did with C and D? C is kind of funky because it's out of order a little bit, and so you have to be careful about combining your like terms, and we want to put our final answer in standard form. Alright, then let's move on to the next page. So we've got a few problems on here that we're going to try. Let's start with E and F. So at the top here, let's look at E. Now it's a binomial, x minus 3, times a trinomial. Alright, so I'm going to be distributing the x to the 3 terms of the trinomial. So let's start with that. So I get x times negative 4 is negative 4x. X times 2x squared is plus 2x cubed. And then x times 3x would be plus 3x squared. Then I'm going to move on to the negative 3 and distribute that. So I get negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. One of the things I like to do is actually line up my like terms. Okay, so if I get a like term when I do my second round of distributing, I'll line it up with its like term. But I don't see a constant, just a number without an x, so I'll put the plus 12 at the end. Okay, well, like what I'm really going to do is kind of a big addition problem here. So I'm going to add these two pieces up. So then negative 3 times 2x squared would be negative 6x squared. I do have an x squared term, so I'm going to line it up like that under the 3x squared. See, I'm lining up the like terms. And then I have negative 3 times 3x would be negative 9x. That goes here under the negative 4x. So then what this does, you could write them all out in one big line, that's fine, just like we've always done, but it makes finding the like terms a little harder. If you line them up like this, every like term is already lined up for you, and then we just come up with our answer. Okay, so we'll get negative 13x plus 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 12, and then we can rewrite it in standard form, 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 13x plus 12. Alright, why don't you pause the video and try F, and then check your answer with me. Alright, so for F you should have gotten 3x cubed plus 14x squared minus 45x plus 28. Alright, I'm going to skip 3 here. You could try that on your own. And I want to do example 4. Okay, so write a polynomial expression that represents the area of the shaded region. Well, the shaded region is a rectangle, so to find the area of a rectangle, you multiply the sides. So what I'm going to do is say area equals, and I'm going to take the two sides and multiply them together. So x plus 2 times 2x minus 1. Okay? And if we want it to be a polynomial, so I have to expand it out, which is distributing or double distributing. So I'm going to do the x times 2x is 2x squared. The x times negative 1 is negative x. 2 times 2x is plus 4x. And then 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So my final answer is 2x squared. Combine the like terms, gets me positive 3x minus 2. Okay. So when you're multiplying polynomials, in this box at the bottom, we're just simply using the distributive property. Okay. Remember, when you're adding x plus x, that's 2x. When you're multiplying x times x, that's x squared. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching.